I just went to Target and paid almost $4 for this little baseball. $4 for a baseball. That's a lot of money. I remember when I was growing up, we probably paid maybe $1.10, $1.25. I mean, there were some baseballs that we could actually get for less than $1. But this one was almost $4. I don't know if you're a baseball fan or not, but even if you're not, I'm sure that you've been watching the news today or reading the newspaper, and you saw that Barry Bonds, he did it. He hit number 756, and so he broke Hank Aaron's record. I believe Hank Aaron set that record of 755 home runs. I think he set that somewhere around 1970, somewhere in there, in the early 70s. And so here we are, almost 30 years later, and Barry Bonds finally does it. You know, a lot of people say gone in a slump, and so he finally did it. He hit number 756, and he took a baseball that was probably worth somewhere around $4, maybe $5, in a little professional baseball action. And he, with his baseball bat, he hit that thing over the fence, and all of a sudden, that baseball that he hit over the fence that was worth maybe $5 at most, the price value changed. I don't know if you've seen the clips. You can actually watch it on ESPN, but the guy that caught the ball, he actually caught that home run that Barry Bonds hit. He actually had to be escorted out of the ballpark by police officers. And the reason for that is because that baseball that was worth, at the beginning of that game, maybe $5, all of a sudden the value of that baseball changed. Today, the moment that baseball went over the fence, the value of that baseball is $500,000. Can you believe that? $500,000 for what at one time was worth only $5 at best. You know, it just made me think, you know, the Apostle Paul was writing to the believers in Corinth, and he was writing to them about just some do's and don'ts about Christianity, about how we do life, some things that we should do, things we shouldn't do. The Corinthian believers, the believers that lived there, they used to use phrases like "all things are permissible to me" and different things like that. And Paul's writing to them in the 6th chapter of 1 Corinthians, and he's talking to them, and he's saying to them, you know, before you start doing whatever you want with your body, before you start putting into your body whatever you want and behaving with your body in whatever way you want to behave, Paul says you better consider something. And he said the value of your body has changed. Before you became a Christ follower, you could actually do whatever you wanted to because the value of it, you know, all has changed. You see, here's what Paul says. He says, don't you know that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit? He says, inside you, God himself is living inside you. And he says, you are not your own. He says, you have been bought with a price. Meaning that all of a sudden the value of who we are as Christ followers is gone up. We are so valuable to God. This is how much God valued us, that he sent his only son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross. And, you know, I know that, you know, a lot of times we make decisions. They're good decisions, bad decisions, whatever. We make decisions, and most of the time what we do, if we're not careful, we go through life, and the decisions that we make, we only filter them through what we think is best for us, what we want, what feels good. But you know what? I think God would have us to remember that we need to understand that we're not our own. We have great value. The value of something determines its worth. And we are so valuable that God gave his one and only son. As you go through life, as you make decisions for yourself about even what you're going to take into your body, what you're going to do with your body, the decisions that you make about your body, keep this in mind. You're not your own. You belong to God. You have great value, great worth. God has given everything for you. God gave his one and only son, Jesus Christ. You're worth a lot. Well, have a great rest of the week. Hope to see you Sunday. We're continuing our series, going through a journey on how to just point people to faith, point people towards God. We're doing Just Walk Across the Room. We're having some small groups meeting throughout the week. Come and join one. Let's have a blast doing that. Remember, you belong to God. Have a great day. Bye.